Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk a little bit about connecting Graupner equipment to a Jeti receiver or radio for that matter of fact. I've been flying Graupner for a long time, and if you're like me, you have accumulated quite a few pieces of equipment, whether those are ESCs or electric air modules or whatever those things may be. And that means that you now have gear that you cannot use here, and I don't want to go and buy new ones if I can avoid it. So how do I use this little yellow cable coming out of my gear that suddenly has got no use anymore? Well, the answer is easy. It is a little Arduino board like this one that you program with a bit of firmware, and it'll take the data from your Graupner ESC in this case, convert it to the Jeti box protocol, I guess. It's not the EX protocol. It'll convert it to that, and then you can take that and put it in and do your telemetry just like you normally would on your radio. So the board is actually fairly simple. You buy, and I'll put some links into the description, Arduino board, and a couple of resistors, just two resistors. In this case, I'm using 2.7K resistors. You can use anything from 1.5 to 4.7 according to the descriptions. And then you got to solder in some wires. The one that goes to the EX port on your receiver, and the other side that connects to the telemetry port on whatever device it is you want to connect to, and like I said, in this case, the ESC. Note the single wire for the ESC here. You don't need to use ground or positive here. That is done through the normal connection that goes through your ESC port on your receiver, whichever port that is. The output from the Arduino board plugs into the EXT port on your receiver, like any of your telemetry devices would for Jeti. So what does this look like? Well, once you have the little Arduino board connected between your ESC and your receiver, you could plug it in, connect to your radio, and you will see that the little LED first stays red, and then it'll start flickering really fast, and that's telling you that it's getting data from the ESC. And now the work that's left is in the actual radio. If you look at my screen, you will see that I have data on here. Let me just move a little bit to the next screen. There we go. I have the battery voltage from the ESC, and if I actually operate my motor here, you will see that the RPM starts increasing, and there you go. Okay, now that I have your interest peaked, how do we actually make this work? Well, you need the Arduino board, two resistors, and a programming card that I'll put the links for in my description here. That's the hardware, and then the software. Well, we go to the site first where I found the software, and thank you to all the developers that's made this work. It's called Hott2Duplex, and I'll put a link in the description so you can follow that up. I also put a link to RC groups where I'll post in the forum to give people a chance to ask some questions on this better. Anyway, what you want to do when you're in here is, of course, look at how the resistors are mounted so that you can solder in your resistors that you've ordered. Note that they are anything between 1.5K and 4.7K. And if you are so inclined, get yourself some surface mount devices and try that, but I certainly don't have the skill for that and wouldn't go there. Alright, to make this happen, we need to download the code first. So we get the Hott2Duplex code, download the zip file, store that. But we also need two libraries. We need the Hott library, the one that converts the telemetry from our Graupner equipment, download that. And we also need the library that knows how to send the data out to our Jeti so it can read it. And so we'll go to this link and download the Jeti EX sensor CPP lib. So once we've downloaded all of this, we need to go and get the Arduino software. This is actually the software that we need to compile and load onto our Arduino board. So just go to downloads, go and pick the version that you need for whatever PC you are running. I am running Mac OS, so I've downloaded Arduino for my system. Once you've downloaded the software and put it where you need it, you just need to open the actual Arduino software. As you can see, I've downloaded a number of times, but I'm just going to open this one. And the next thing we need to do then is to install the libraries, the two libraries that I have downloaded. All right, to do that, we go to our include libraries, add a zip library, and then go and select those libraries we just downloaded, the one for Hott and the other one for the Jeti. I'm not going to do it now because I already have done that, and it is already installed into the path where my libraries are for my Arduino. In this case, you can see for the Mac it's over there, and you can see the two libraries installed. Alright, so now we got the libraries in place. What we need to do is to go and open the Hott2Duplex. So that zip file we downloaded first, if you extract it, you will find a Hott2Duplex.ini file. If you now open that file, you will see all kinds of stuff in here, and you'll see the two libraries that we just installed. You don't care about any of this stuff. All you want to make sure to do here at this point in time is to click on the verify button. You will see it says compiling sketch, and then it should say done compiling. If not, you need help, and I am not going to go, that's outside of the scope of this video. Ask for help and I'll try and help you with that. So once we have the sketch compiled, we now actually have the software to load onto the Arduino board. To upload this software, we need to connect the little programming board to your computer via USB cable. If you're using the same board I had, make sure you have the latest driver. Go to the site I'm linking up here, the FTDI chip, and go and download the latest driver for that board so you can make sure you can talk to it properly. You will also need to connect that programming board to your Arduino board. I am not going into details here. I'm showing you a quick video here of the 4 wires that I have connected from the board to the Arduino board. I just had a little connector laying around that I could use, and maybe you have one. If not, you can actually just use the pins directly and push it onto the other board. Next, we make sure that we actually have the correct board selected. So we compile for the correct board. In this case, I'm using the Arduino, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that. You can see what I'm selecting there. And the Atmega 328P. That's the board I have for the Mini Pro. You also need to select the port that you are connected to. Right now you see there's no port because I didn't have the unit plugged in yet, and as soon as I plug it in, it will jump to and connect automatically to that port that I have already previously selected. Now we are ready to do the actual upload of the software to the Arduino board, and to do that we hit the upload button. You'll see I got an upload button there. Hit the upload button and you will see it says compiling again on the bottom. Once it says compiling sketch, you want to hit the reset button on the board before it's done the compiling. This is a little bit of a timing thing. If you don't, you will get this error. There's just a little thing on the uploading thing. So best to, as soon as you hit the compile button or upload button, hit the reset button on the Arduino board and let it go as soon as it says done compiling, and your firmware will upload just no problem at all. So now you're ready to hook up the Arduino board directly between your ESC and your receiver, and start it up and look for that little LED to start flashing. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and talk at you later.